Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Floss, back again with another video. And today we're going to take a look at the Moto G7 and the Moto G7 Plus. Now, both of these phones you can get from Amazon. I'll throw the links up in the description. The price for the G7, $250, and the G7 Plus, $300. Now, I'm not going to waste your time making two separate videos. These phones are basically identical. They just have some minor differences in the specs, and we'll talk about those first. Now, with the G7, $250 comes in two colors. You got clear white and ceramic black. Now, with the G7 Plus, $300 comes in two colors also, deep indigo and Viva red. Now, both of these phones are fully unlocked, so they're going to work on all your carriers. So everybody that's looking for a backup phone and you got Sprint and Verizon, you need to check these out. Now, both of them have the same display, a 6.2-inch IPS LCD panel with a resolution of 1080 by 2270. Now, that's 405 for the PPI Patrol. Now, you're getting 81.4% screen-to-body ratio, Gorilla Glass 3 on the front and the back, and both of these are splash-proof. Now, here's a little difference. The processor. On the G7, you got the Qualcomm Snapdragon 632 with the Adreno 506 GPU. With the G7 Plus, you got the Snapdragon 636 with the Adreno 509 GPU. So what does that mean? Better specs on the G7 Plus. Now, they both have 4 gigs of RAM with 64 gigs of storage and a micro SD card slot for expandable memory up to 512 gigs. Now, they're both running Android 9 VIP with the Moto UI skin on top. That's basically stock Android. Now, here's another little difference. Both of them have a 3,000 milliamp battery, but with the G7, you get fast charge, that's 15 watts, and the G7 Plus, you got quick charge 4, that's 27 watts charge. Now, here's another difference. The camera. On the G7, you got a dual setup on the back, so that's a 12 megapixel f1.8 and a 5 megapixel depth sensor with an 8 megapixel camera in the front. Now, the G7 Plus, you got a dual setup on the rear, that's 16 megapixels f1.7 and a 5 megapixel f2.2 depth sensor with a 12 megapixel camera in the front. So basically, a better camera on the G7 Plus. Now, here's another difference. On the G7, you got one single speaker that's bottom firing. On the G7 Plus, you got dual stereo speakers. Now, the G7 has Bluetooth 4.2, the G7 Plus, Bluetooth 5.0. Now, they both have NFC, a headphone jack, USB Type-C, fingerprint sensors, and face unlock. So overall, what's the difference? On the G7 Plus, you get two different colors. You get a better processor, better camera, better speakers, better Bluetooth connection, and a faster charge. But you're paying $50 more. All right, so let's unbox this and see what it is. First things first, shout out to White Shoes, back in the building.
I love my white shoes. I love
White
my
shoes.
white shoes.
Calm down. All right, let's start with the G7. $250. Let me grab a little unboxing knife. What we got on deck? I got the tiger tooth. Here we go. Rah. All right, G7 up first. Inside, now I went with the ceramic white. Pop this open. Clear white, actually. This is clear white. Okay, look at that. Nice and beautiful on the back. There's your fingerprint sensor, dual camera setup, LED flash. There's your power button, volume up and down. The left side is clear. One speaker on the bottom, USB Type-C, headphone jack. Headphone jack, Apple, pay attention. Headphone jack. There's your SIM tray on the top, your micro SD card slot embedded in that, and you got a mic. Let's hit the power button, see if we got any juice. I gotta hit White Shoes with the safety shield. All right, there's your teardrop notch on the front. Little chin on the bottom. It is what it is. All right, let's see what else you get in the box. Okay. Now, this is gonna be your SIM ejection tool. Got your usual books and shit. Plug them and file them. This is gonna be your USB Type-C charging cable. And your 15-watt fast charging brick. That's pretty much it. G7 Plus. Nice weight on this. Definitely like that glass back design. All right, so now let's take it over to the G7 Plus. $300. Extra $50. Here we go. Rah. Okay. So inside, let's see, we got to, okay, now, I went with the Viva red on this one. Check this out. This one comes with a case already pre-installed. I hope that's the case here. Got a case pre-installed. All right, so you see where your $50 is going. Free case. Let's get a little wipe down on this. Woo! Viva la red. I like this. It's kind of look like a burgundy-ish kind of red, maroonish red. Nice and shimmery. Same power button, same volume up and down. On the top, there's your SIM tray, mic. On the bottom, speaker grill, USB Type-C, headphone jack. Say it 3 times. All right, let's peel this off the front. Hit that power button. Now you got your same teardrop notch, same chin, basically same display, same fingerprint sensor, same dual camera setup. All right, so look-wise, they pretty much look identical. G7 Plus, better internals, better camera, faster battery charge, and a better color. I'll definitely like this red, not to mention free case on deck. Let's see what else you get. Usual books and shit, plug them and file them. SIM tray, SIM tool just plugged again. USB Type-C charging cable, and now you got a 27-watt fast charging brick. So the G7 Plus is going to charge up a little bit faster. Now I'm going to leave all this stuff in the box because both of these phones I'm going to give away live on one of my streams. All right, so I'm going to pause the video. I'll drop my information in, then we'll breeze through the OS. Talk amongst yourselves. All right, Shoes, what's up? Come here, Shoes. There you go. All right, y'all, so we back in. Now, I just put my information in both of the phones, tested them out, and I got to be honest with y'all. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving the G7 and the G7 Plus, both of these phones are a major go. For $250 and $300, the price is right. Now, let me answer a few questions. Number 1, what should you get, the G7 or the G7 Plus? Well, if you're buying this as your main phone, go with the G7 Plus. Now, it's an extra $50, but it's totally worth it. And let me explain it to you. First of all, with the G7 Plus, you got 2 nicer colors. You got red and blue as opposed to black and white. Now, that's kind of subjective. You might like black and white. Personally, I think the red and blue look better. Next, with the G7 Plus, you get a case. Now, this is basically just a gel skin case, but it's worth about $10. All right, so factor that into the price. That's a nice little touch. Next, you got Bluetooth 5.0 on the G7 Plus versus Bluetooth 4.2 on the G7. So now if you're using wireless earbuds or you connect into a Bluetooth speaker, you're getting a better Bluetooth connection. Next, with the G7 Plus, you're getting faster battery charge. All right, with the G7, you got a 15-watt charger. With the G7 Plus, you got a 27-watt charger. So your phone is going to charge faster. Next, with the G7 Plus, you get a faster processor and faster GPU. Now, I'll do a little side-by-side demo. It's not that much faster, but it is faster. Next, you're getting better cameras, front and back. And lastly, most importantly, with the G7 Plus, you're getting dual speakers as opposed to one speaker with the G7. So all of that for an extra $50, totally worth it. Now, if you're buying this phone for a little kid, or you're buying it for your parents or your grandparents, or you already got a dope phone and you're buying this as a backup phone, a trap phone, a work phone, your sleazeball scumbag phone, save the extra $50 and go with the G7. These phones are basically identical, but the G7 Plus is a little bit better. Next question. Now, I know somebody's going to ask, for $300, what should you get? The G7 Plus, the Samsung A50, or the Huawei P30 Lite? Now, if it was me and my money, I would go with the Samsung A50. This is the most bang for your buck. All right, you got the on-screen fingerprint sensor. You got always on display. You got the video lock screen. You got all the Samsung One UI features. You got the wide-angle lens camera. Better build quality, just looks better. This is all around a better phone. But here's the thing you got to remember. With the A50 and the P30 Lite, these are GSM phones. So if you got Sprint or Verizon, it's a no-brainer. You're going to have to get the G7 Plus. Works on all of the carriers. Now, with the P30 Lite, same thing. Got the wide-angle lens camera, beautiful build quality, but you got no NFC on either one of these and no dual speakers on either one of these. So if dual speakers are important to you, go with the G7 Plus. Now, I'll do a full comparison after I get all of my mid-range phones and let y'all know which one is the best. But so far, my order, A50 number 1, G7 Plus number 2, and the P30 Lite number 3. All right, so let's break this down. First things first, build quality. Both of these phones have excellent build quality. All right, y'all know I got to say it, so let's all say it together. Feels so good in the hands, Ladies, you know the procedures. Gorilla Glass 3 on the front and on the back. Both of them are splash proof. They definitely don't feel cheap. Feels like a premium phone. All right, so build quality, no problems. Next, now there's a couple of different ways you can open up the phone. No always on display, but you got your motion sensor, ambient screen. So once you pick it up, you're going to see the time, the date, your battery percentage, and any notifications that you got, and you can click on them and read the notification. Now, if you want, you can swipe up, put in your pad in or your PIN. Next, you got your fingerprint sensor on the back, and it works 100% of the time. Let's do that again. There it is. No problems with that. Same thing on this one. There's your fingerprint sensor. No problems. And lastly, you got face unlock. So I'm going to look at it. There it is. Open it up while looking at it. Let me do this from behind the camera. All right, hold up. I got my camera's blocking my vision. All right, hold up. Phone is trolling me. Let's do that again. All right, there it is. See, that's no finger. Face unlock. Let's try face unlock on this one. There it is. No fingers. Now I got this lens protector on my camera, so it's blocking my vision a little bit, but take it from me. Face unlock works with no problems. Now let's open this up. Let's take a look at the display. Both of these got the same display, so no reason to really go through it too deep. Let's put them both on max brightness. All right, so that's the G7. And we got max brightness on the G7 Plus. Both identical. All right, same level of nits, same level of brightness. No problems with that. Now let's take it over to the toggles. You got all your basic toggles. All right, so you got your Bluetooth and your Wi-Fi, of course. You got flashlight. You got Dolby Smart Audio. The speakers do sound great on this. I'll show you in a minute. You got your battery saver, and you got screencast. Now, if you look at this one, same thing. You can add more if you want. You invert your colors. You got your night light. All right, so if you're checking messages in the middle of the night, you got your smart system update, and you got your data saver. Now, let's go over the settings, and we'll breeze through the basic settings. All right, so you got your custom gestures and features. All right, we no need to go through those. You can look at them right here. All right, so here's your Moto actions. All right, so you got lift to unlock. That's your face unlock. You got your media controls. All right, use the volume up and down. Change your controls. You got your screenshot editor. All right, take a screenshot, edit it if you want. You got 3-finger screenshot. Swipe down, take a quick screenshot. 1-button navigation. Now, basically what that is swipe gestures. Y'all know I hate those, so I'm not even going to use those. You got your fast flashlight. All right, chop to turn on the flashlight. Let's try that. 2 chops. There's your flashlight. 2 chops turns it right off. You got quick capture. All right, flick of the wrist to turn on the camera. See that opened up the camera? All you got to do is twist your wrist. All right, so that's your World Star gesture. Let's exit out of that. Let's see, anything else? Let's go to, let's see, make sure. All right, you got swipe to shrink, pick up the silence. All right, you getting a phone call, pick it up, it'll silence the ring, and flip for do not disturb. So you got your phone on the table, you're getting blown up with messages, flip it over, that'll activate do not disturb. Okay, so you got your Moto display. All right, that's your peak display. That's so you see, you got the notifications. You just touch the notification, and you'll be able to see it. Matter of fact, I'll show you how that looks. Let's see if we got any notifications on deck. All right, once you raise the phone. Did I activate on this one? Oh, there it is. All right. You see you got YouTube. If I hold it, there's a YouTube notification. So that's how it works. And you got attentive display. As long as you're looking at the phone, the display will stay on. Let's keep it moving. Let's see. Like I said, you got Bluetooth and NFC. All right, there's your NFC on deck on both phones. Battery. All right, so you got your apps running normally. Click on that. Check that out if you want. You got battery saver. You got adaptive battery. And you can show your battery percentage, last full charge, and screen usage since full charge, 41 minutes. Let's keep it moving. Let's go to display. Brightness level on 100% max. Let's go to advanced. Got a few different color settings. You got natural, boosted, and saturated. You got your screensaver and your device theme based on the wallpaper. Let's exit out of that. Lock screen and security. Like I said, you got your screen lock, your pattern, your pin, face unlock. You do have smart lock. Y'all know what that is. No need to go through that. all your accessibility settings. All right, so if you're hearing or visually impaired, no problems with that. You got your Google services, system, and your help. Now, like I said, both of these phones run an Android 9 VIP. Now, if you notice, the Moto skin on these phones are basically like stock Android. Super smooth, no lag at all. Now, that might be one of the reasons why you would buy the G7 as opposed to the A50 or the P30 Lite. With this stock Android experience, it makes the phone feel kind of faster. Even though they all pretty much run the same, but it just feels faster with stock Android, no bloat at all. Everything is nice and smooth. All right, so now let me show you something. This is the G7 Plus on this side and the G7. Let's switch them around. G7, G7 Plus. Let's try the web browsing speeds. Go to apple.com.
Opening web page.
All right, let's try that again. Didn't catch on this one. All right, here we go. Go to apple.com.
Opening web page.
See, if you notice, the G7 Plus is a little bit faster. Let's try one more. Go to amazon.com.
Opening web page.
Now, every single test that I did, the G7 Plus performed a little bit faster. All right, so better processor, better GPU. Now, you also got split screen multitasking. So split the screen up. Let's open up YouTube on the bottom. And there's Amazon on the top, YouTube on the bottom. Now, speaking of YouTube, I want y'all to hear these speakers. Let me do a little test. Let me pull up the same video on both of these phones. So we got YouTube. Got one of my little vlogs. We'll start off with the G7. Now, this speaker actually sounds great. One bottom firing speaker, but it's nice and loud. Now check this out. Same video on the G7 Plus. Listen to how much louder this is. You could feel the bass. I'm gonna cover up the bottom. Still hear it nice and loud. Let's do a little side by side. All right, so here's the G7. You hear that bass drop? And here's the Plus. Now, here's the thing. It's funny because the G7, it actually sounds like it's a little bit louder, but the G7 Plus, the music sounds better. It sounds more rich. It sounds deeper. You're getting more bass. This one just has more of a louder sound to it. But if I had to choose, I'd definitely take the dual speakers any day of the week. Let's keep it moving. Now, let me show you this camera. All right, so let's open up the camera. On the top, you got HDR, you got your automatic flash, you got your timer, got your motion photos, and you got auto or manual. So you can put it in manual mode, adjust the white balance, ISO, blah, blah, blah. Swipe over once, you got portrait mode, you got cutout, you got spot color, you got your cinematograph, you got panoramic, slow motion, time lapse, and YouTube live. Now let's pull out the G7. I'll show you the same camera. If you notice, same features. All right, so same features on both, but they do differ a little bit. Let's go over to regular camera. Let's go to settings. All right, so we go to settings on both. This is the G7 Plus in the right hand. Okay, photo size. You notice 12 megapixels, 16 megapixels. Video size, both 4K. Well, one has 4K 30 frames. What am I talking about? Both 4K 30 frames per second. Both full HD 60 frames per second. Basically the same video camera. But your front-facing camera is a little bit different. 12 megapixels, versus 8 megapixels on the G7. I know, I'm all over the place. All right, now let me show y'all my usual photos that I took. All right, so I try to take the same pictures on both phones. Here's the G7 Plus. This is a portrait shot of white shoes. Notice the background kind of blurry. Here's another one. And here's a regular shot. Now this camera actually looks pretty good. Look at that detail. Same thing, here's the G7. Portrait shot, background looking nice and blurry. Same thing on that one. And here's a regular shot. Real nice. Now check this out. Here's the G7 outside. Broad daylight. Looks nice. Pull up the same one on this. On the Plus. More white shoes. I'm actually impressed with this camera. Here we go again. Now, if you look for yourself, you can't really see that much difference with the camera. The major difference, I would say, is the shooting speed. The camera in the G7 Plus is a lot faster. Look at this. Beautiful daylight photos. Now, this is inside the supermarket. Everything looking nice and colorful. Here's a regular shot. Now I'm going to do a portrait shot of the Sazon Goya. See the background got blurred out? So your depth sensor does work. And here's your video. Let me turn the volume down. Now let's watch this together. I've never seen this yet. Video looks pretty smooth. I notice you do see a little jerking here and there. Giggity. But it looks good. Matter of fact, let's run them side by side. All right, so same pictures. Sazon Goya. The blurred out effect, you see it for yourself. All right, that's regular. And there's the blurred out effect. Portrait mode does look nice. Let's take it over to the video camera. Turn it down. All right, so this is a G7, G7 Plus. Yeah, if you notice, the G7 is a little bit more shaky. All right, it's a little bit smoother on the G7 Plus. Not bad at all, though. $250, $300. Like I said, go with the G7 Plus. Let's see, more videos. Now this is just regular shots, point and shoot. Oh, check this out. Now this is a regular shot. Then I wanted to do maximum zoom. All right, so this is regular. There's your maximum zoom. Not bad at all. Definitely not 50 times zoom, but it gets the job done. Now I bought like 10 different flavors of watermelon for this Ciroc taste test I'm doing later. Real nice. Now here's your front facing camera. All right, that's me looking like an official scumbag. Regular outdoor shot. Let's see the same thing on this one. All right, there's your regular shot. And that's your maximum zoom. Same thing, regular. Max zoom. All the different watermelons. Front facing camera. Looks pretty good. Let's go back. Here's the difference in front facing camera. Okay. Side by side shots. Keep in mind, this is the Plus. This is G7. They look the same. Like I said, better camera, faster camera. As far as picture quality, it's not night and day. It's not going to blow you away on either one. I shout out to my sister and her boyfriend. Pictures both look basically identical. A little bit better on the G7 Plus. All right, so overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, both of these phones are a major go. They're fully unlocked, so they're going to work on all your carriers. Now, like I said, if you're buying it for yourself, spend that extra $50, go with the G7 Plus. You got better color choices, you get the free case, you got Bluetooth 5.0, you get faster battery charging, you got a faster processor, faster GPU, a little bit better cameras, but most importantly, dual speakers. If you're buying it for the kids, you're buying it for the old folks, or you're buying it for thought activity, save $50, go with the G7. Either way, you can't go wrong with either one of these phones. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about these. And like I said, I'm going to wait till I get a few more budget phones. Then I'm going to do the budget phone battle. So far, we got the G7 Plus. We got the Samsung A50 and the Huawei P30 Lite. Now, you can't go wrong with all three of these phones. But my order so far would be the A50 first, the G7 secondly, dual speakers. I need that. And the P30. All three are dope mid-range budget phones. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. Shout out to everybody rocking with me on Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter, Google+. Shout out to all the Google gangsters. I see y'all holding down that Facebook page. Shout out to everybody hitting me up on Boxer. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with me on Instagram. Y'all know that's where I'm at full time, 100% full throttle. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with the new stream on Sundays. Y'all already know. Stream gangsters on deck. Get your drinks ready. No meat boys allowed. Oh yeah. Special shout out to everybody following me on Snapchat. Flossy_Carter. That's where I'm at. And a special shout out to the notification squad. I'll see y'all in the comment section early. #salute. Oh yeah, one more thing. I almost forgot. Fellas, ladies, say it with me. All y'all haters, all y'all trolls, close your eyes and picture me rolling. It's your boy Floss, I'm out. Deuces.
Enterprise, Spock here.
Spock won the beam up.
Affirmative, Captain. Enterprise out.
Energize.
We're in a situation where everybody in the world uses technology. And if you're going to buy some of that technology, you got to understand certain things. Subscribe to Flossy Carter. He does reviews of all the latest technology. The iPhones, the iPads, the Galaxies, the Samsungs, whatever the fuck. The Beats by that doctor guy. And he puts his kitty cat in the videos too for you something to look at. You know, I'm an animal lover, so I like that shit. So make sure you hit the subscribe button to Flossy Carter on the YouTube, the follow button on the Instaface, and the like button on the Facebook. Because if you don't, we're gonna have a fucking problem here. A bad one. Now hit the fucking subscribe button.